Hello, everybody. This is Professor Hassey, week number 4, Business 635 update video. Our topic this midweek of week number 4 is our case study number 1 grades have been posted and are ready for your review. Number 2, a financial statement analysis non-graded discussion forum is up for us to interpret some financial statement data. And also our week number 4 topic, the cost of capital. So that's our discussion points for this video. That's the discussion points that you should be concentrating on this midweek of week number 4. If you all go to your Blackboard, if you go on the front page of your Blackboard to the report card, you'll see an updated cumulative grade point average thus far. I have posted your case number 1 grades today, this morning, and all your file folders have been uploaded with my notes and their grading of that work. Please feel free to discuss or review them this weekend. I also have posted the solutions to case number 1 in the Blackboard. The solutions are in a PDF file, and question number 1 calculations are in a Excel file. If so noted in my review of your work, you should refer to those solutions to get some follow-up on your answers for that case. So now we've completed the first case of our class. All the grades are up to date, and we move forward. And where do we move forward? We move forward to week number 4, which is the cost of capital. But before we get to that, in week number 4, I have posted a financial statement analysis review, which is a document of a balance sheet and an income statement of a real company, a small company, but a real publicly traded company, and its financial statement review by financial managers, not accountants. This is a financial management class. So I'd like you to study and review this financial statement analysis. And then I have created a student discussion forum in week number 4, where I ask you to post any interpretations that you receive or get out of this discussion. This is the file also again, and we'll be talking about that in just a few minutes. But again, this is non-grade. I would just like you to post your interpretations of what this data tells you in terms of cash flow, liquidity, stock value, the overall financial health of this company through December 31st, 2019. I will be posting my interpretations on Saturday morning, by which you can review and see how I interpreted the data. And here are those financial statements. It's a company where I've given you the balance sheet and the income statement, and then 6 positions or 6 strategic financial analysis. Free cash flow, the uses of free cash flow, the financial statement ratio analysis, a present value of the long-term debt position of the company, a stock valuation of the company in intrinsic terms, and the financial forecasting model for this company for 2020. Those subsequent analyses are in these tabs, and I would like you to review them. What do they, excuse me, what do they tell you about the company? The accountants have put together the financial data. They have closed the books. Now, as financial managers, what does that tell us about the company? What's its liquidity? Do they have much cash flow? Do they have cash flow available for outside the company to the investors? In this case, because of negative free cash flow, they do not. I want you to take a look at these calculations, look at this analysis in these 2 tabs, and what does it tell you, and how do you relate it to the company? I will give you my interpretations on Saturday morning. So this is a learning tool of looking at the financials of a real company. Now, naturally, financial statements are different for every organization. This company is fairly small, so it's not as a detail-oriented financial statement. But still, it still gives us a good idea of what financial interpretation is of accounting data. I want you to study that. In addition to that, I would like you to also review in week 4 file folder the definition of the cost of capital and capital structure. There's a brief analysis in week 4 along with some very good videos explaining that and explaining the capital budgeting process. But also I'd like you to look at this PowerPoint a very good synopsis of what the capital structure and the cost of capital is. Remember, one of the key determinants of financial and managing financial resources is to determine how much it's going to cost us to invest in an asset. Then once we determine our cost, we can now get an assessment of is the return going to be generated by that asset warrant the cost. In other words, the return greater than the cost. So we need to understand that management strategy, and we look at the definition of cost of capital this week. We will in turn, in the next couple of weeks, with a couple of case studies in tune, analyze and interpret this cost of capital in the context of the revenue or cash flow that is generated off that asset. So that's our discussions for this week. I'd like you to take a look at the financial statement analysis. It's kind of a low profile week. There's no pressure of any grades, just understanding, learning, interpreting data. And that's what I'd like you to do this week. Next week we have another case study number 2, which will be a combination of financial statement and some cost of capital, and we'll move on from there. If you have any questions or concerns about your case number 1 work, please feel free to get in contact with me. If you have any other questions this weekend, I am available. So thanks everybody. Let me get back to my mug here. There I am. Thank you everybody, and we'll talk to you again next week. Have a good weekend and enjoy week number 4. Bye-bye now.